Did you ever have a better trash talker than Kester?
Definitely not. And it's funny because she's one of those kids that you're always on her. You got to keep it our side of the net. But in your head, you're like, yeah, keep it up, like just one of those kids. But I always said she's that kid that you want to play with for sure, but playing against, so much motivation. She gives you a lot of motivation that way. But and part of her is just her passion. Like she has a hard time containing that energy and passion that she has for competing. And that came out every time she stepped on the court for sure.
Are you a fan of the review that is in volleyball now?
It needs to be better is the way that I would put that. You look at it in the Olympics and it's, obviously that level of camera and angles and, they have every angle. It was interesting because we had the call that we challenged, the line judge called it in, the up official overruled it. But when they went to do the challenge review, it was too fuzzy to be able to tell one way or the other. So when that happens, the call stays. So in my mind, if it was that close and the officials overruling it, there's some things that they need to do with it that I think will make it better. And the other two, were very questionable too. It's hard. And I think the hardest part is it just takes so much time. And volleyball is definitely a game of momentum. So you're sitting there for kind of a long period of time waiting for it to happen. But I think it can help a lot. It's such a fine line, some of those touch calls, and if you don't have some of the line judges struggle with that a little bit. So I think it can be a really good thing. But I think the camera angles and some of those things have to be worked out.
Will you have this for all the Valley matches too, or was this just because of they have it there?
Yeah, the Big 12 is having it. There's several conferences that are, and we do not have it. And part of our reasoning for not having it is eventually there's going to come regulations as to what kind of cameras and how many you have to have, and the Valley's going to wait until those regulations come out, so we're not buying a bunch of equipment that's unneeded, which I think is a great idea. And it's interesting because we played in several tournaments where USC, their conference is using it, Michigan, their conference is using it, but they didn't use it for those weekends. So we were kind of hoping they would, just to be able to get a feel for that. They will use it in the NCAA tournament, so it'll be all right. Thank you.